Today, more than ever, public safety is paramount. In addition, construction of the Public Safety Center will add and enhance the safety to our citizens of all Washington County, providing training for all our volunteer emergency services people, law enforcement, and others, creating an environment of security for our citizens.
Washington County government is excited to break ground for the new Washington County Public Safety Training Center. On September 24, 2019, the Board of County Commissioners unanimously voted to award the construction bid for Phase 1 to C. William Hetzer Incorporated.
Scott Hobbs, Director of Engineering. I'm here to recommend the board award the Public Safety Training Center site work Phase 1 contract to the lowest responsible bidder, C. William Hetzer of Hagerstown, in the amount of $3,048,453.50.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, Scott.
Thank you.
Located on a parcel of 48.9 acres directly off Sharpsburg Pike, the training center will be addressed 18350 Public Safety Place, Hagerstown, Maryland. This training facility will be utilized by police, fire, and emergency services personnel serving in Washington County.
The Public Safety Training Center will provide the facilities for an entry-level police academy. That's mandated through the Maryland Police and Corrections Training Commission. Every police officer has to go through 6.5 months of an academy before they can become a police officer. In addition, we would be doing in-service training for all law enforcement and correctional officers in Washington County. And the in-service training is a certain amount of training mandated for each law enforcement officer and each correctional officer, also through the Maryland Police and Corrections Training Commission. So this would give us the facilities to do that. But I think most importantly, what the training facility will do is provide us the opportunity to work with our fire and EMS partners to mitigate critical incidences such as active shooters and other major types of incidents, so that we can be comfortable with one another while we do rescue task forces, for example, where we're working in a hot zone and warm zones where there's high risk to the public safety personnel operating in those zones. So the more comfortable and the more training that we have in doing that, the more efficiency that we can have in mitigating those types of circumstances. And I think that's critical to the future of public safety in Washington County.
Phase 1 of the project has an estimated cost of approximately $3 million. The first phase will involve site work, utilities, and paving, ultimately laying the groundwork for the training center building. Work is scheduled to begin in November 2019, with projected completion of Phase 1 in the spring of 2020. Phase 2, anticipated to begin in the spring of 2020, will involve construction of an approximately 30,000 square foot training building that will include classrooms, offices, a break room, weight room, locker rooms, and a multi-purpose room. Projected cost for the training facility is an estimated $11.5 million.
The idea of the Public Safety Training Center was born probably 35 years ago by some of our legacy volunteers, and through efforts of the Washington County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association and many lifelong volunteers. Unfortunately, some are not still here today to see this moment, but nonetheless it doesn't lessen the importance of the efforts. Throughout the years, we've moved to several different locations, several different ideas and theories about how we'd make this happen, and unfortunately on 9/11 our world changed. So it changed the way we thought about training and what we need to do, and we realized we needed to start training together across all disciplines and all agencies, meaning law enforcement, fire, and EMS. And through that, this building allows us to have a state-of-the-art facility and move out of the traditional scenarios where we trained, which was usually fire department, apparatus bays, and small training rooms that were interrupted by calls, and we're not necessarily always in the best location to facilitate and be adequately equipped to provide the type of training we were going to need to do. So moving forward, we welcome this phase. There are additional phases yet to come, and we're excited to see those. But again, thanks to those that walked before us, our legacy volunteers, and certainly the work of the Board of County Commissioners, the County Administrator, and our offices, we're happy to see this come forward today.
Placing the Public Service Training Center in Washington County is a big step to the volunteers in Washington County. A lot of times we have to go out of county for some of the training. That takes time, fuel, extra expenditures, and a lot of times we have to train within a fire station that from time to time can get interrupted from calls. You know, the alarms going off, the apparatus leaving, people coming in to respond to the calls, and then you have providers that are in the station taking the class, wanting to go on the call, but they can't because they're sitting in the class and they hear an apparatus respond. This puts it all together in one place that everybody can come to collectively to train and exchange ideas. And the ability to be able to multi-jurisdictional train with fire, EMS, police in different training scenarios is something we've never had to this point. That's going to be a great step improving training and safety to providers within Washington County.
With the addition of this new training facility, fire, police, and emergency services will offer access to a diversity of high-quality training programs taught by instructors. Those in the field of public safety will be able to gain new and improved skills to help continue to serve and protect the citizens of Washington County, Maryland.
Today's a big day for the groundbreaking of the Washington County Public Safety Training Center, being that everything from the Sheriff's Office to emergency services, both fire and EMS, Washington County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association are all here to celebrate. Big day for us, a $12 million facility, and we're looking to enhance it even further, asking the state for participation in Incident Command and Training Center become part of this. So it's already growing even before it started, and we're looking forward to wonderful tradition that comes out of this facility.